it's a journey to get you to this point. It was a journey for you to have this conversation, understanding, maturity wise, to be accepting, to listen, to understand, but also to be an ear and provide some kind of advice, words of inspiration to Ryan Day. It took you a journey to get there. After you came out, because you had to serve some time, the focus for you in your life, it was 4 years you had to serve, but the focus for you at that time, what changed for you and how did it get you to a point where now you're able to have these conversations with young men and young women about how you handle success, but then how do you handle the adversity that comes with success?
The change for me really, and I said all the time, I was just reading a ton about personal development. When I was in prison, obviously I was in prison for 4 years. There's a ton of reflection as to how you got to where you at, right? And you're just being honest about what wasn't developed. So athletically, I was developed, but from a psychological, social, and emotional standpoint, I wasn't developed, and I wasn't educated, and I wasn't just grown in character. I had character when it came to being an athlete and competing and all that stuff from a athletic standpoint, but there wasn't that. And so the journey of personal development, the journey of reading from great people, and adversities that they had overcome, the journey of recognizing my shortcomings and just how bad character service and the people that was attracted to me at that point, and how I allowed that stuff to exist and operate and deal in chaos and whatever you want to call it, and criminal activity. I just had to take that journey. And so then after I got out of prison, you ask yourself, like, how do I want to be remembered? You know what I'm saying? And how do I want to be viewed in the public eye when I start to move forward? And so just to walk through it, of course, I got into business because I had to take care of myself. But there was always something, I guess, in my heart or in my spirit where I wanted to still deal in the world of athletics because I had came so much and most people had known me so much. And I know I'm kind of bouncing around with my answer. But the core answer before I lose it was reading that my life and personally educating myself and realizing that this burning desire to I guess improve my life through athletics was just a burning desire, and I can play a burning desire on anything that I wanted. I guess coming up, I placed it so much on athletics because I thought athletics was my gift and my ticket to get out. But when you start to life, it's multi-layered. It's just not athletics. It's how you feel emotionally. How do you impact others from a philanthropic standpoint, be it through monetary gain or be it just your time with how you can bless people, and just what value do you add towards the world. So I was able to go to prison and in those buckets and realize that they were empty, and then fill them up through just personal reflection and personal development, and eventually get out of prison and just through my journey, just having different platforms to share where I was at, and one opportunity leads to another opportunity leads you to another. And I know I'm everywhere, and I lost my train of thought for a second because my kid was banging at the door. but
Daddy life,
no,
man.
but
That's daddy life, man.
yes,
They don't have
but
no boundaries.
hopefully no, but hopefully some allows you to understand. But it started just from started from educating myself in prison. That was the core of it, and that's what everybody sees. What they see now is what started in prison. Had I not had the time to have that much reflection and that level of honesty with myself. What I mean? Anybody who messes their life up in any capacity, right? You have to go through like this deep period of isolating yourself and being
Hmm.
honest and with reality as to where you're at, right? And the only thing that I'm teaching these kids, like where I see a kid, he's stuck on something. I'll say this, right? I think one thing I've learned from prison that I bring into this space, that I actively do. One of the businesses I own is a mental health addiction center, right? And when you deal with the mental health, and you deal with a ton of therapists on a regular basis, and you have meetings on a regular basis, one of the things they use is an emotional wheel. And I think for anybody, I think just for all adults, anybody, there's a ton of emotions that we go through on a daily basis. Oftentimes we feel things that we can't identify or put words on. And so I've dealt with this emotional wheel so much, or seen the variation in the words that are associated with emotions that kids may not understand. I know if I was a therapist or what therapists do when they see somebody has an emotional outbreak and they understand how they have to give the skills to the kid to govern themselves to basically overcome it. And so from doing that for myself personally in prison for 4 years, then owning a business and seeing professionals do it, that is the skill that I've learned just through osmosis or proximity or just going through it personally that I bring to all of these environments. And we're says he connects very well. It is those skills that I've gotten from other professionals around me that I use in these environments. And so it's just a mixture of that stuff thing that they don't realize that I'm actually doing. I'm actually stealing something from, professionals that I'm around and bringing it to these environments, sharing personal experience to help people, overcome or encourage them in whatever space that they're in.
Check out new episodes of The Jim Jackson Show every Thursday. Watch on the Rich Eisen Show YouTube page. Follow the show on Instagram at Jim Jackson Show, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.